Hey everybody, Susan here with Pumpkin Hill Stampers. I have a Stampin' Show and Tell for you today, and I'm going to be showing you how I put together this fancy fold card. Now this is going to feature paper from the Fine Art Florals Designer Series paper, which is in the spring catalog. It also has the Fluttering butterfly dies used here, 2 circle punches, 2 1/4 and 2 inch, and then this fancy fold design. Okay, and I'm using Happy Thoughts as my sentiments stamp set to add my greetings. So let's go ahead and get started with this project. Okay, so I have Smoky Slate as my base card, and I've included the measurements in the tutorial, so you can grab the tutorial online at the link below, or if you're in my VIP customer group on Facebook, you can grab it right in the files section. That's where I have you linking, so you can just download and print that. So I've scored along my lines. Okay, this one's going to get my DSP, this one is going to get the punch. So what I do is I take the 2 1/4 inch punch, I'm going to flip it over, so this is the top, okay, closest to me. I slide the punch in along that scored line. I try to center it the best I can, and I just punch that out. Okay? So now I have that opening in my card. Okay, pretty easy. Alright, from there we can start putting on some layers. So I'm going to use my Tombow liquid glue, and that's usually I would use a tape runner, but I'm going to use the Tombow today because a lot of these pieces work better with a little bit of flexibility in your adhesive. So we're just going to do it that way. So I'm just going to add some liquid glue to the back of my DSP. Decorate this front panel. Okay, just framing that inside that section of cardstock. Now the next thing I'm going to do is add my center panel, but I have a great big giant hole here, right? So this is another reason I'm using the liquid glue. So I'm going to run just a simple bead around that circle cut out, and then I'm going to put adhesive on 3 sides of this liner piece. Okay, and the side that doesn't have adhesive is going to go along this opening. So I'm just centering that inside, pressing that down. Alright, now I have a Smoky Slate circle, not the one I originally punched out because that one's got the crease line in it, although you could use it, but if you have scrap I would just do another one. That's 2 1/4. Then I've got Pool Party, which is the coordinating color at 2 inches. I have a basic black full butterfly die from the Fluttering dies, and I have the embossed butterfly and calypso coral, and we're going to layer those together to make our fun embellishment here. So I'm going to close my card. I'm going to add adhesive here. See, I use that cutout to show me where to put it, and then I just slide my matching size right in there and press that down. So now my card will open and close around that punched out circle. Kind of fun and easy, right? Alright, so now I've got my Pool Party. So just a little bit of that, and that goes on the center. Press that down. I've got my black. I'm just going to put a V of adhesive on here. Put that down. And then my Calypso butterfly, I could put that down with the same adhesive, but I'm going to use my mini dimensionals just to add a little bit of pop to the card. Okay, so that's going to sit right inside of my black one. So, look at that. Most of the cards are already put together, we just have to add our sentiments. Okay, so for our sentiments, I'm going to walk you through how I made my tag. So, from the Fluttering dies, we have this large rectangular label tab, and it cuts the corners, and it also gives you a little embossed beveled edge. Okay, so I started with a piece of cardstock. This was scrap from when I cut my base down, and I'm going to put this on there like that. Now you can see my die is bigger than my cardstock, but that's okay because I want it to be smaller. This is actually the one I want to show you. Okay, so I start with a full, I die cut it once, and I get one cut. Then I can remove this. Okay, then I keep it on my cut and emboss machine, and then I'm just going to line up my second edge like that. So see, my paper is lined up square with the edge, but it's poking out a little bit because I want to cut those corners and get my last beveled edge. And when I do it the second time, I can get a smaller tag. So you can use a larger tag to create a smaller tag just by adjusting it and cutting it more than once. Okay? Alright, so now we're going to bring in our sentiments. So I'm going to stamp thank you on the front. So right in the center, stamping my thank you. There's that. And then on the inside, just open my card back up flat. I'm stamping my other greeting here, which reads, "The little things you do so well and so often make a big difference to so many people." I think that's a great sentiment. So I'm using that on the inside. Okay, so I'm just going to position this at the bottom because that's where it fits well. Alright, so I've got my inside greeting. I can close my card like that, and then I'm going to add my tag. So now here is a point of preference. This one, I adhered it on this side, so it opens easy peasy, right? No trouble. And if it stands up, you can kind of see both sides. Alright, this time I'm going to adhere it on the other side. So I'm just going to use a couple of dimensionals. I'm going to put it on the end of my thank you tag this time. So it closes the same, but the flap will overlap the front and kind of create a closure to keep it flat. So you see how this one, it pops up, and this one folds flat. So that's preference, whatever you choose to do it, however you choose to do it. So then when they open their card, it kind of pulls out. So then when they close it, they have to tuck it back in. But again, it's preference. Whichever way you want to make your card, you make your card. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this show and tell today. Like I said, the links below are to my blog post, and I will also share this in my VIP group. So you can leave me comments here or wherever you see it posted. I'd love to know that you guys are enjoying the projects I'm sharing, and grab the tutorials so that you can make one too. Alright everybody, thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you again soon. Happy stamping! Bye-bye.